confirm once. Yeah. Okay. In the last class, what we have discussed? What we have discussed about? Just a minute. I just want to record. Yeah. In the last class, what we have discussed? Data types. Scanner class, data types. Yes or no? One more thing, guys. Please turn on your videos, everybody. Turn on your videos. I'm presenting my screen. Okay. Ah, everyone should turn on your videos. Listen to me carefully. So what else we have? This what are how many types of data types we have? How many types of data types we have? How many? In Java, how many data types we have? Can you please specify in the chat box in a order wise? Hope you are. First is Boolean. First Boolean in order. You need to specify from lower to higher data type. Boolean, byte, short, int, long, float, double, cap. Yes or no? So this is how we have learned, and what are all the particular how many bits of memory, how many bytes of memory for a particular data type we have seen. Per byte, how many bytes? Per byte, it is how many bytes of memory will be allocated? 8 bits or 1 byte. 1 byte. Can we tell in bytes? One byte. Boolean, for Boolean, Boolean also. Boolean also 1 byte. Then for short it is 2. And for integer, it is 4. Yes or no? For long it is 8. And float, float 4. And double, it is 8 bytes. And for character in Java, it is 2 bytes. Very good, guys. So I hope you remember what are all the data types we have. So shall I go start? We have seen these many things. Yes or no? Is the screen visible? Is the screen visible? Is the screen visible or not? Let me check once here. Yes, okay, fine. Right. So we have seen this and we have seen, and one more thing, along with primitives, I just want to ask you what are the references? Are references and the primitives same? Are references and primitives same? What is the reference? No. Yes or no? What is the reference basically? What is the reference? What a primitive can do? Pointers. That means it reference will point to one memory location in which an object is to be stored. Yes or no? That's what a reference is. But what is a primitive? Primitive. What is a primitive? Suppose integer. What is that? It stores the memory. It stores the data where the where, in which the memory is in some memory it is stored. Yes or no? It stores the data by its memory location. I'll show you the screen. I'm in somewhat hurry because it's not connected properly. So, okay. Suppose, look at this, guys. Suppose if I write like this, uh, student, student, student S1. Then what is S1? What is S1? What is S1? Yes, S1 is a S1 is a object. S1 is an object. Sure, sure. I say no. See, see. When I can say S1 is an object means S1 equal to new sorry, my handwriting is worse. Okay, new student of, yes or no? Student S1 is equal to new student of. So in this statement, what is an object? What is the reference? Can you please tell me? What is an object? What is the reference? Can you please tell me? I'll again look at your faces. Student S1 is equal to new student of. In that exactly, what is an object? Is S1 is an object? S1, see, this is your object. This is your object. Actually, this is your object. New student of is your object, which is created in the heap memory. Okay, whenever I say new, that student object is created in heap. Okay, but what is S1? S1 is a reference. Until unless there is a new, S1 is a reference variable. That's it. If I don't have this, look at this. If I don't have this, I cannot say S1 is an object. If I don't have this, if I have only a student S1, then I can only say S1 is a reference variable. It's just a reference variable. It's not an object. Did you understand that? Guys, S1 is a reference variable. Okay. Until unless I say S1 equal to student S1 equal to new student of, then only it is S1 is an object which points to my student object which is there in heap memory. Did you understand the difference, guys? Yes. Okay, fine. So here we have two things. There is a date object. Generally, there is a date class. There is a whichever I am highlighting. Look at that, please. Okay, there is a date class. In the date class, which is available in util package, and today is what then? Today is what? Today is what? Today is it? Today is it? Java. Today is Tuesday, of course. Of course, but I am asking java.util.date today. That means no. I am asking today is a reference variable or today is an object. That's what I am asking. Is it a Tuesday? Is it a Wednesday? I don't bother. Okay. Okay, did you understand? Now, can you please tell me? Can you please tell me? Student S1. I just say student S1. Student is a class. S1 is a reference variable. In the same way, if I say java.util.date today, today is just a reference. Okay, just a variable. Whether it is today, whether it is t, whether it is d, anything. If I said java.util.date of t, date t, that means t is a reference variable of type. S1 is the reference variable of type student. In the same way, today is the reference variable of type date. Okay, which points to your date object, which can point to your date object. Okay, did you understand this? Guys, please do listen very carefully. Please do listen very carefully. Somehow I couldn't able to zoom this. I want to zoom this, but I couldn't. Why I cannot? Rotate, always rotate. How can I zoom? There is no zoom symbol, right? Okay. Right. Yes.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah, fine.
Good morning,
I got it.
ma'am.
Yeah, good morning.
Ma'am, you can use the minus and plus to be that's available on the top. Like try
Yeah,
once
fine.
using.
Somehow I got it. Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay. So is this clear now? I hope this is very much the font is clear. I hope so. Okay. Look at this. Now we are here. Today is the date object, and greeting is the not date object. It's the reference of type. Today is the reference variable of type date. Okay. Now greeting is what? Greeting is what? Shall I show you? Shall I see your responses? Greeting is what? Greeting is string greeting. No. It's just a reference variable of type string. String is what? String is a data type or class in Java. Guys, listen very carefully. Listen, you need to pay attention, utmost attention. You need to pay utmost attention what I'm saying. These are the very fundamental and basic important concepts which I'm going to tell. Okay. So, string is data type or a class. Somehow Anil said data type. No, it's not a data type in Java. String is what? Capital S. S-T-R-I-N-G. Class. Exactly, Anil. It's a class. As it is a class, if I say anything, string S. S is what? S is the reference of type string. In the same way, here, what they told? Greeting is the reference variable of type string. Is that okay? Now, please listen. Look at these two statements, guys. Look at these two statements. Today equal to new java.util.date. New java.util.date. I already told you date is a class which is available in util package. You can even mask this. You can even suppose if I import that, you need not say you just remove, you just forget about that. Okay, is that okay? You just forget about that. Now I am telling you today is equal to new date of. Then what I am doing, there is a reference variable today which points to a new date object. Did you agree with me? Yes or no? Now, very good. Now, greeting is a Greeting is what? Greeting is the reference variable of type string. Now am I assigning some object to it? What object? String object. I am assigning a string object. How are you is a string object which I am assigning to the greeting. That is, greeting is point to the string object, new string object. Yes or no? Yes or no? Did you understand that? Did you understand that? Guys, did you understand what I'm saying? Yes? Okay? That's what. And I can even write in a single line also. See, from here also I can write java.today util.date. Suppose date today. Suppose I can even write here also. I'll write here. I'll write. Even in one single line also I can even write. But they have mentioned this this statement in hi. String greeting is equal to hi. That means hi is a string object. Now greeting is pointing to that object, string object. Yes or no? I can even write in a one single statement also. Yes or no? Guys, that's what. So I hope you understand this very clearly. Hope you understand. Now can you please tell me what is the difference? I'll tell you. Okay, of course. All right. Now can you look at this? Now look at this. Already I told you today is the date reference. Today is the reference of type date. Now it is pointing to the data object which is created. Now it is pointing to the data object which is created in the heap memory. Yes or no? A date is having three fields. Altogether it is having three fields: day, month, year. Everybody knows that. Now day is the one field, month is another field, year is the one more field. Now today can point to that object. I can even say today dot day, today dot month, today dot year. Can I say that? Can I say that? Yes or no? Now look at this, guys. This is a string object. This is a string reference, which is pointing to the string object which is created in heap. However, is the string object which is created in the heap. That's what. So can I ask you one question that? What is the difference between primitive and a reference? What is the difference between primitive and reference? Can a primitive points to a new memory location? Can a primitive points to a new memory location? Can a primitive refers to a new memory location which is there in heap? Can? Guys, did you understand why many blank faces today? Primitive ఒక memory location ని point out చేయగలుగుతుందా? A primitive can store the value which is there in some memory location. But a reference can do, but a reference can point to the memory location where the object stores. Yes or no? Yes or no? Did you understand my point? And I'll show you the differences. I'll show you the differences. There is a key difference that I cannot store null value in the primitive value. Value is what here? Int value. Value is a primitive. Int is a primitive. Yes or no? Now I cannot store null to the primitive. Okay. But I can store null to a reference. I can store null to a reference, but I cannot store null to a primitive. Okay. Did you understand that? If I say like this, it will not be compiled. It will not be compiled. Okay. Next. Look at this once. Look at this. What is reference here? What is reference here? String reference equal to hello. Reference is a reference of type string which points to a string object. Did you agree with me? Now, Can I call like this? String reference dot length. Can I? I can even call the methods on a reference. Did you understand that? I can even call the methods on a reference, but can I call the methods on a primitive? Can I call? Yes or no? Primitives use in a method call cheyagalna? I cannot. See, length is a primitive. Can I say length dot length of? I cannot call methods on a length primitive. Length len is a primitive. Len is a primitive. On a primitive, I cannot call the methods. Okay, so what are all the two differences? What are all the two differences we have seen from primitive to reference? First one is Jahnavi, why so dull today? Yeah, exactly, Anil. Very good. We cannot assign null to the primitive. And one more, we cannot initialize. Exactly 61. One more, second one is, Mr. 6U, what is that? Second one is, we cannot call the methods. Exactly, we cannot call the methods on primitives. That's what. We don't think much, only these two differences we have. So, that's it. Declaring and initializing variables, we will see later. Okay, now come to the point. Variables, we will see that later. Okay. Now, I'm talking about numeric promotion, which is again related to your data types. Guys, do you know anything about numeric promotion? Numeric promotion. Do you know anything previously? No, right? This is a very new concept which is only exclusively in Java. Okay, so what is numeric promotion is, suppose by hearing it first time, it may be different to you. It may be something surprising, something which is very new to you. But still, please be with me. It will be very clear. Okay, జాగ్రత్తగా వినండి. See, numeric promotion అంటే ఏంటంటే, what is numeric promotion అంటే there are four rules. Do you know what is widening and narrowing concept? Widening and narrowing concept, telsa? What is widening? Widening means, listen carefully. Suppose int I equal to 10, listen carefully. Int I equal to 10, float f equal to 5.5, float f equal to 5.5. If I say I equal to f, is that okay? Is that okay? Is that statement okay? Of course it is okay in C. Of course it is okay in C. If I print I, you will be given 5. Instead of 5.5, you will be given 5. Yes or no? But in Java, it is not allowed. It is called narrowing. Narrowing means what? Assigning a bigger data type to the smaller data type. That is what narrowing. That is what someone pushing a stout person through a small window. Is it possible? Pushing a stout person through a small window, it's not narrowing. It's not possible. Yes or no? It's not possible in Java. But can I do in reverse manner? Can I do in reverse manner? That is assigning a smaller data type to a bigger data type. Float, that's what. Float f equal to I. So that is int I. Can I say this? Can I say this? Yes or no? Can I say this? Exactly. This is what? Widening. Widening means assigning lower data type to the smaller data type or lower data type to the bigger data type. That is fine now. That is fine. There is no problem. Even in Java also there is no problem. Yes or no? So listen guys, I hope you understand what is widening and narrowing. Narrowing means assigning a I'm waiting for your responses. What is narrowing? Waiting for your responses, guys. I'll stop the auto admit. Narrowing means assigning larger data type to the smaller. Very good, super. Now, what is widening? Assigning smaller data type to the larger data type. But narrowing is the problem. Widening is not at all a problem. Yes or no? Now, come to this. What is numeric promotion means? Numeric promotion means if two, listen, just I'll explain what is that. If two values have the different data types, Java will automatically promote one of the values to the larger of the two data types. If two values have different data types, Java will automatically promote one of the values to the larger of the two data types. Just listen, I'll tell you, just understand, just read along with me, that's it. If one of the values is integral, if one of the values, suppose there is x and y, if the one of the values is integral, other is float, Java will automatically promote the integral value to the floating point value. Okay, that is rule number 2. You have 4 rules. These are the first 2 rules. Third rule. The smaller data types, namely byte short char, are first promoted to int anytime they are used with Java binary arithmetic operators, even if neither of the operands is int. Suppose there is x plus y. X is a short. Yes or no? X is a short S1, short S2. If I say S1 plus S2, then what they are telling is, if they are operating on any arithmetic operator, they will be promoted to integer first. Okay? Listen, I'll tell you the examples. Don't worry. After all promotions has occurred and the operands have the same data type, then what happens? The value will have the resulting value will have the same data type as its promoted operands. I hope you did not understand anything. Right now. But I'll tell you through examples, you'll understand very clearly. Jahnavi, why question mark face? Of course, please bear with me. It will be very clear, crystal clear. Please be with me. That's it. One thing you need to do is just listen what I say. Now, please tell me, guys. I'm showing you this one example. What is the data type of x into y? Here, x is of type integer. X is of type integer, and y is of type long. Yes or no? Is this clear for everyone? Is this clear? Now, if I say x into y, what happens? X into y, what happens? Go to the first rule. What is the first rule? If two values have different data types, Java will automatically promote one of the values to the larger of the two data types. That means in this example, the int is the smaller data type. Yes or no? So x will be promoted to larger data type. What is the larger data type here? Long. Yes or no? Yes or no? So the operation will be happened x into y. What is the operation? The multiplication operation will be happened between two longs, not between one integer and one long. Yes or no? Before doing this arithmetic operation, x will be promoted to its larger data type, and now the operation multiplication operation will be happened between two long data types. Yes or no? X into y means long into long. Now the resultant will be, I'll ask you the question. Now the result will be of type. I did not ask you the result. I don't bother about, I'm least bothered about the result. Long. Very good. Very good. So did you understand the first rule? Did you understand the first rule? అర్థమెటిక్ ఆపరేషన్ లో ఒకటి స్మాలర్ డేటా టైప్ ఒకటి బిగ్గర్ డేటా టైప్ ఉంటే స్మాలర్ డేటా టైప్ ఏమవుతుంది ఫస్ట్ ఇట్ విల్ బి ప్రమోటెడ్ టు ది other bigger data type, then the multiplication operation will be occurred in between the larger data types, but the result also will be in longer data type, bigger data type. I mean bigger data type. Hope you understand. Yes or no? Yes or no, guys? Right. Next. I'll show you this. Now please tell me. It will be a very tricky question, and please do listen carefully. It will be observe clearly. So what is the data type of x plus y? What are the two things we have? What are the two variables we have? X is of type double, y is of type float. Now I am doing x plus y. Now can you please tell me what is going to happen? Is it, do you get any error, or what is going to happen? Double, the result will be double. Did everybody agree with me that? How many of you will be agree with me that? How many of you will agree on that statement that result will be double? What about 7n? Double only? Double? I'll say that, I'll tell you, it's an error. It's an error. Did you, I'll show you once again. Can you please tell me why it is an error? Why it is an error? Yesterday I told you guys, so that's what I always told you. Listen very carefully, that I'll show you with an example actually. I'll show you with an example. Look at this, guys, what I'm doing. Look at this. What I have done, float f equal to 4.5, system.out.println of f. Okay, I just want to see your faces. Okay, percentage f? No. See, what is going to happen is, as I have taken float f equal to 4.5, and now I am trying to print this. Okay. Now what happens is, shall I execute this? How can I execute? CMD Javac is the name same name? What error you got? You got an error that there is a possible loss C conversion from double to float. That means, did you understand? I already told you that you need to place, whenever you want to assign any floating point, you need to place a capital F. a capital F besides your value? Yes or no? Then only the compiler will understand that you are assigning a floating point variable, that you are assigning a float value. Otherwise, automatically it will take that as automatically by default it is taking as, it will be considered as, yes or no? What it is going to be considered by default? By default it would be double. Exactly 72. Very good. By default it is double. If I don't mention any F along with the value, then it would be double. Ante kada? Yes or no? Right. That is what the so when as it is taking double, as it is considering as double, what is happening? Is it not what concept it is? Is it a narrowing or widening concept? Is it a narrowing or widening concept? Float F equal to 2.1, narrowing or widening? Narrowing, yes or no? 6U, exactly. It's a narrowing concept. So narrowing will not be allowed in Java. Narrowing will not be allowed in Java. But if I have placed any F here, then what is going to happen? The other case, if I mention any F here, then can you please tell me the other version? If I mention this is F, don't think that it is a camel or something like that, okay? It is an F. Then what is going to happen now? Float becomes double. Before performing arithmetic operation in between x and y, that means some variables, float float becomes double, and the result will be also be double. Yes or no? That's what. Very good, guys. Good. Now I'll show you one more. Now can you please tell me what is the data type of x by y? There is a short x equal to 10, short y is equal to 3. If I say x by y, what is the data type? Which rule will be applied? Which rule will be applied? Which rule will be? Super, very good. It is rule number 3. That is, what is rule number 3? What is rule number 3? If the smaller data types byte, short, character, they are first promoted to integer. They are first promoted to integer. So look at this carefully, guys. Look at this, guys. This is before performing x by y, x and y will be promoted to int. Now the result will be. Now the result will be. Now the result will be. I am not asking about the exact result. What data type? What data type the result would be? Integer. Yes or no? The resultant data type is also an integer. Okay, that's what, guys. Very good. Now look at this. Now look at this. What's going to happen again? What is going to happen again? What is going to happen again? In this example, consider this example. What is the data type of x into y by z? X is of type short, y is of type float, z is of type double. Okay, did you understand? X is of short, y is float, z is double. Now, again, of course, I'll see your answers once. Error, exactly 6U. It's an error because there is no F preceded by its value. If I keep any value, if I keep, suppose I'll mention. If they will not mention, I'll mention. This is F. Don't think otherwise. Okay. This is F. Now can you please tell me? Now, what is the order? What is the order? Finally, short and float becomes double. 1 point you missed it, 6J. Who is 6J? 1 point you missed out. As it is a short, the first one is short. According to rule number 3, first it has to promote it to what? There is an intermediate stage. Yes or no? First it has to promote it to integer, and then it is promoted to. I'll show you the thing. I'll show you the example. First it is x is promoted to integer. Now again it is promoted to float as it is performing arithmetic operation with float data type. Yes or no? Now the resultant will be in float. Now with that float data type, with that float result, there is a division operator. Yes or no? Now that result will be, this result will be again promoted to double. Now there is a division operation between two doubles, and the final result will be again as a double. Guys, hope everybody understand this. Is it confusing? Is it confusing? Confusion gunda? Confusion gunda everkaina? If it is so, please raise your hands. Please unmute yourself. You can ask your doubt. No, right? It is clear. It is clear. As it is a short, first it is promoted to integer. Now before performing multiplication operation, now again that integer data type will be promoted to float. Now the operation, multiplication operation, will be performed in between two floats. Now the resultant will be again promoted to double by double. Now the final result will be in double. Right? Hope everybody understands. Right? Very good. Next. I'll come. This everything related to actually data types. Now look at this carefully. Consider all these statements. All these four statements. Do you agree? We can do that. Do you agree? These statements can be compiled. Int x equal to 1.0, short y equal to such a big number, int z is equal to 9f, long t equal to such a long number. Can you say all those statements will be compiled? No. Int x equal to 1.0 means, what is 1.0? As it is a decimal point, as it is a decimal value, what is by default it is what? By default it is double. I cannot assign double to an int. Yes or no? It is narrowing concept. Yes or no? All these examples are related to narrowing concept only. Okay? Now, why can't I store this value to short y? Second. Because second, short y equal to some big number is there, no? Exactly, Anil. It's not in the range of short. Actually, short is 2 power 16 values, 2 power 16 it can able to store. That is 32,767 minus 32,768 to 32,767 values it can able to store. But the value is too big. Yes or no? But the value is too big so that it cannot store. Now, why it is not storing? Because 9 of means it is a float value, I cannot assign to int. Then why it is not storing? As I am assigning to long integer, no? What happened? Mr. Can you please tell me? In the last long integer, long L equal to such a big number, no? Why it is not able to compile? What happened? Last 4 statement. Exactly. L, you need to specify L at the last. Otherwise, it is taking as a integer. Meer L kanaka mention cheyakapothe, it should be considered as integer, but the range of integer it is exceeded. Yes or no? The value is exceeded, so it is not going to compile. So what you need to say? You need to say L along with this number. Okay, that's one. Now, but to make all these statements work, these statements and work avalante, to compile these statements can be to be compiled, what we can do is, we can do one thing, that is casting. We can do one thing, that is casting. What is casting? Casting and Andy, what is casting? Casting means typecasting. Do you have typecasting before? Even before Java? Do you have? Yes or no? You have. Converting one data type to the desired data type. Desired conversion. Yes or no? How I'm converting? How I'm converting? As it is a double, 1.0 is a double. I'll cast to integer, int of. Yes or no? Before that 1.0, I'll place int. Again, same thing. I'll place short. Before this big number. Then the resultant will be converted. The compiler will understand that this result is a short. That this result I need to be allowed. The compiler is in state that it is going to be allowed. Okay. Now the same thing. I need to keep int. Sorry, it should be actually f. Why did they mention the f l again? Okay, it should be f because it's 9f, no? Of course, anything is okay based on the. Okay, done. Now, at the last, they have mentioned L. Right? Now I'll show you one thing. Look at this ones. Short x equal to 10, short y is equal to 3, short z is equal to x into y. Is that okay? Is that last statement x into y, is that okay? Is it valid? Is it a valid statement? Short x equal z is equal to x into y. Is it a valid statement? Valid. Will it be compiled? Short x equal to 10, short y is equal to 5. If I say short z is equal to x into y, what happens? The final result of x into y will be of what type? Can I ask you guys? Exactly, it is the integer. The result should be an integer because as it is a short data type, what is our rule? The third rule. First, they will be promoted to before operating, before going for the arithmetic operation. First, they are promoted to integer. The result also will be in integer. That integer result I cannot assign in smaller data type. Did you understand that? Yes or no? So, what is the solution? What is the solution, guys? What is the solution? I'll show. I'll see your comments. What is the solution? To make that statement valid, what is the solution? No, not int of. Actually, నేను దేనిలోకి స్టోర్ చేస్తున్నాను? యాక్చువల్గా x into y అనే రిజల్ట్ ని ఏ డేటా టైప్ లోకి నేను సేవ్ చేస్తున్నాను? ఆ డేటా టైప్ లో నేను టైప్ కాస్టింగ్ చేయాలి కదా. ఎస్ ఆర్ నో? Short of x into y. Short because as I am storing x into y result in short. Yes or no? Did you agree with me? Yes or no, guys? X into y అనేది ఇంటిజర్ లో ఉంది. ఆ ఇంటిజర్ లో ఉన్న వాల్యూ నేను ఇప్పుడు ఎందులోకి అసైన్ చేయాలి? షార్ట్ లోకి అసైన్ చేస్తున్నాను కాబట్టి షార్ట్ డేటా టైప్ లోకి చేస్తాను కాబట్టి నా రిజల్ట్ అంటే నేను ఎలా కాస్ట్ చేయాలి? హౌ ఐ నీడ్ టు కాస్ట్? ఇన్ టర్మ్స్ ఆఫ్ షార్ట్ డేటా టైప్. ఓకే, షార్ట్ ఆఫ్ xy. Short should be in braces, not xy. Okay, like this you need to keep. Because as I am assigning to short. Agree? Agreed? That's it. Now we will see that operators later. Okay. One more thing, guys. I just want to tell you one more examples here. Yesterday we have seen scanner class, no? Yesterday we have seen scanner class. Today I just want to introduce some more scanner class, some more scanner class methods. Okay? Okay? Shall we see? See, read data of various types using scanner class. Okay. A scanner class. Before going to that, I just want to ask you guys, what is the scanner class is available in which package? Everybody has to answer, guys. Everybody has to answer util package. Okay. What is the syntax of the creating an object of the scanner class? What is the syntax to create scanner class object? Fast. Only that scanner object equal to new scanner of something is there, no? Padmasurya, Jagadish, new scanner of system.in. Yes or no? You need to pass the in object, input object of system, which is in system class. Exactly. Very good. Super. Now, how I can read a string from the scanner class? What is the method I have? I have a next line method. Previously, we have used nextInt method to read integer from the user. Now, I just want to read the string from the user, that is sc dot next line. Okay. Now, is there any method to read one character from the user? Using scanner class, my question is, listen carefully. Using scanner class, can I read one single character? I can read a string. I can read hello world also. Okay. Can I read H at a time? Only H. No, there is no method related to read only one single character through scanner class. But what we have is, there is a method called next. There is a method called next. On that next method, I can use caret of 0. See, guys, listen very carefully. Next line method, there is a next line method which can be able to read such a big statement. Suppose, hello students, welcome to KMIT. I can read through next line. By using next method, I can only read hello. One single word. Next line, I think one single statement I can able to read. Next line. But next means only one word I can read. In that word, on that word, I can take dot caret of 0. Caret means caret is a method. Caret means not that carrot vegetable. Okay. CHARAT. Caret of 0. Of 0 means caret of 0 means the character at 0. That is, I'll write. I'll write like this. Suppose the next sc dot next maybe read hello. Suppose this is my cursive writing. This is hello. By using sc dot next method, I can only take one single word. Okay, one single word I can able to read from the user. Now, as it is a string, I'll tell you at the time of strings, I'll able to discuss all these things. The index of the first letter is 0. Second one is 1, 2, 3. That is 3, 4. If I say dot next of caret of Then what is 0? What is 0? What is 0th index? What letter you have at a 0th index? Again, I just want to see your faces. H. Yes or no? I can read one character from the string means I need to mention whichever the character, I need to mention that index. Suppose I need O. O. What index I need to pass to the caret method? If I want to read O, in that word, I need to mention 4th index. That's it. Very simple. Yes or no? I hope you understand, guys. Right? That's what you need to understand. Next. I hope you understand next int method, which gives you the provision to read integer value from the user. Next long is to read the long data types. Next double is to read double data type values. Okay, now I am printing all these. Still there are next byte. Listen guys, there are many things. Next byte, next float. There are many things. I'll show you one thing is, first I'll execute this. Shall I execute? I'll execute. Initially what it is asking? Initially it is asking next line. Next okay, hi, hello, welcome to Java, welcome to Kubernetes, hello. I'll do one thing. I need to say welcome to KMIT. But I am using first method I have used is next line. That is, I can able to read one line, one string, one complete statement sentence from the user. Next, suppose as we said hello. Next integer, suppose 65. Next, long integer sum, such a big number. Next, double, 4.5. That's it. Now, we got the artboard. Is that okay, guys? Yes or no? We got the H, that is char at of 0. Hope you understand. Is that okay? Understood now? There are many methods. I'll show you how to look at the methods. Suppose there is a scanner class. You need not buttify all the methods. Methods and buttify cheyalsina avasaram ledhu. But what you can do is, how can you explore what are all the methods I have in scanner class is see. Like this you need to see. Java P. Scanner class is available in java.util. Capital S or small? See, these many methods we have. In scanner class. Okay. So far we have seen only this part. Some methods we have discussed. Okay, but there are many methods in the scanner class. But you need to explore and you need to use what are they. Okay, understood now? Everybody? Now I'll show you some more. I'll show you like what is the command? Java P means package. P means package. Java dot lang. Java P Java dot lang dot suppose string is available in which package? String is available in which package? String is we are using next int, next long, next is a keyword. No, it's a method. Sadia, it's a method. Suppose there is a student class, suppose there is a read method, there is a write method. Next, generally, the method name is that. The method name is next int. Next means what is the next input you want to read? That's it. The method name is like that. Okay. Next is not a keyword. Next is not a keyword, Sadia. Okay. They are the method names. They have designed like that. Now my question is, string class is available in which package, guys? String package, lang package, lang package. I'll show you what are all the string methods. How can you explore through command prompt? How can you explore? Java P, Java dot lang dot. These many string methods you have. These many string. Just now we used one method. What method? Character method. Yes or no? Where is that character method? Here you might have see this. Okay. Okay. Did you understand? These are all the methods. That written type of the character method is character. Okay. This is how you need to explore. This is how you need to explore what are all the methods in a particular class. I hope you understand, guys. What is the command? What is the command you need to see? What is the command you need to check? Java P, Java dot. Exactly. Very good. Enough. Next. One more thing I just want to show you is I'll take 15 minutes more. 15 minutes more. Listen, guys. I just want to ask you one very important question that actually why we have moved towards OOPS concepts. What is the reason from C to C++ or Java? What is the reason? Reason is data privacy. Exactly, Padmashri. Data security. Security. Yes or no? So data always will be in which sector? Private. Data always be in private sector. And member functions always be in public. Now, can you please tell me the data is in public division, private division? Then how can I access the data? How can I access the data? Through public member functions. 61. Very good. Through public member functions. I'll show you. Exactly. See, look at that. There is this is like encapsulation. This is the example for the encapsulation. We have already discussed that encapsulation is the tiding data together with the functions. Tiding data and functions in a single unit. That is what encapsulation. Yes or no? Now, I just want to show you the example of encapsulation, how it would be. Means see, the data is under name and age or of type private data. Okay, how I am accessing the data? Because of the public member functions. The set and get name, get name, these are called accessor methods. Guys, these are called accessor methods. Accessor methods. Accessor methods. Not only methods, accessor methods. The methods which can able to give you the provision of accessing your private data. Okay, set and get. Okay. Okay. See how I am doing this. How I am doing this. There is a set age method. There is a get age method which returns the age. There is a set name method and there is a get name method. Okay. Now to print this, I hope how can I access the data? The main is in which another class. Guys, listen carefully. The main method is in another class. The exact class is in one thing, and the main is in another class. In that main, how can I access the data? That is ncap test. Ncap test, ncap equal to new ncap test of. Now, how can I access any method in the other class? How can I access any methods? Using an object. Very good. Very good. Super. Using an object. What object I have created over here? What object? Aim object create చేశాను నేను. I have created an object called ncap. Ncap dot set name. Ncap dot set age. Both I have set it. Yes or no? These two values will be passed to these methods. These methods. Hope you understand. Now how I am printing? How I am printing? I am printing like this. Okay. By using public member functions. By using public member functions, I am accessing the private data in the another class. In the another class. Okay. Is that okay? Guys, did you understand what I am saying? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes. I'll show you one important thing right now. How can I save this program? There are two classes. How can I save this program? The name of the program is I just save this program with the run ncap. Can I store even with the ncap test? Ncap test. No. Why no, Anil? Why no? Shall I save it? Shall I save? Save. I'll save this with save as. Done. I just saved this program with ncap test, not with run ncap. Okay, shall I execute this right now? Shall I execute this right? Shall I execute or not? Are you there? Are you with me, everybody? I'll execute. What is the name of the program? Devac ncap test. Is that the name right? Ncap test. Okay. Ncap test dot java. What happened? What happened, guys? It's compiled now. It's compiled. It's compiled. It's compiled. Now I'll run this program. I'll run this program. What happened now? What happened? Now it is saying that I don't find the main method. I don't find the main method. Please define main method. That is, I'll do this. The run ncap Now it is, now I can able to run the program. Now did you understand? Now did you understand the difference? Did you understand the difference? I can compile, but whatever the class in which the main method is defined, you need to save with that file. You need to save with that file. Okay. Okay, did you understand? Now, I'll make this. I'll do one more thing. I'll do one more change. Public. Now what changes I have made? What changes I have made? You can save it, ma'am, but according to the rules, the file name should be same as main class. Where it exactly, Ananya. Exactly, very good. That is, of course, you can save, but what exactly we need to do? Where the main class is, in which class the main method is available, with that class name you need to save the file. Then you can compile and run with the same file name. That's what I just want to tell you guys, because some of you cannot understand with what file name we need to save. If both file names can be saved, that type of questions they will be arised in their minds. Yes or no? For that purpose, I am doing. So, what changes I have made in this program? I just made public. I just made public one of the class. Which class? In which the main method is not there. Main method lane class name in public చేశాను. What about you guys? Where are you, everybody? Guys, where are you? Please turn on your videos. Turn on your videos, everybody. Right? Everybody, 72, 74, 6U, 7J. I just made that this class, which is the main method is not there, that class I just made as public. Okay. Now I'll execute this. What it is saying? Class NCAP test is public, should be declared a file name NCAP test data. That is whatever, suppose listen carefully. Suppose there are two classes in my file. If I want to save that file, which class I can able to save? In which class there is a main method? Main method a class lo unte aa class name to I'll save my program. Suppose there are two classes. One is a normal class. One more is public class. Then what I need to say? I must save the program with the public. I must save the program with the class name which is public. Public unna class name I need to save. Okay. But what happened is, if I save the program with the public, but still, you need to maintain this as a public, in which the main method is available. Okay, in which the main method is available. Otherwise, what it is going to do? The same error you'll be getting. I just say what it is mentioned. Of course, if I want to run, what is happening? Please define the main method. Again, I need to say run method. Yes or no? Better what you need to say is you need to define a public class to the class in which the main method is defined. Okay? Do you understand right now? Guys, did you understand now? Did you understand what I have said? ఏ క్లాస్ నేమ్ తో సేవ్ చేయాలన్నది ఇష్యూ. ఎస్ ఆర్ నో? నా ఫైల్లో 2 క్లాసెస్ ఉంటే ఇఫ్ దే ఆర్ నార్మల్ క్లాసెస్, neither of them are public, you need to save the file with the class name in which the main method is available. If it is public, if one class is public and another class is a normal class, you need to save your file with the public class. You need to save the file with the public class only. Okay, but the public class must be the class in which the main method is available. Yes or no? If you want to compile and run with the same name, that's it. Okay, so actually I just want to tell even the command line arguments also today, but we have only half an hour. We have data types quiz, and also we have data types quiz, and also a couple of 2 programs we have. So you need to, I'll start 1 quiz and 1 program. 1 quiz and 1 program. Shall I start the quiz? Shall I start the quiz first? Okay, it is of 15 minutes. Only 10 questions are there. 15 minutes of time. And guys, remember that question numbers 8 and 9, that is 2 questions are similar. By mistakenly 2 questions are uploaded, similar questions. So don't bother about that. You 2 attempts will be allowed. 2 attempts will be allowed. Okay. Okay. 2 attempts will be allowed to attempt the quiz, and do it very carefully. 15 minutes only. After 15 minutes, it will be closed automatically. Okay. Shall I start the quiz? After the 15 minutes, after this question, I will start the program. Okay.